It's Week 14 of the NFL, where we'll see this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. We're just moments away from the action. Coming up next.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like...
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Back to the ground after the penalty. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's only going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. 3 plays, no first downs. Time for fourth down.
You spend all week developing your opening script. What are you going to do when you get the ball for the first time, Mike? Well, I promise you, it wasn't go 3 and out and punt. But give credit to the defense. Nice job getting off the field here early. Get the ball back to your offense.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week. So you spend all week, Mike, working on what they call the opening script. It's the plays that you love the most and you want to get called early. The problem? None of those plays account for being called inside your own 5-yard line, but that's exactly where they find themselves after that sack, and that's a disastrous start.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Whoa. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare for defenses trying to contain him all year. The NFL's leader in rushing yards at the quarterback position. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Now he'll air one out. And he's in.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can. And when you connect, it is a thing of beauty. And in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to come here. He gets it to go, and the visitors will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They send the tight end in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They lead it here early 7-0. As they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
They'll stay on the ground. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now he takes off.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
First and 10. Up the middle they go. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That one is good. And the visitors will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. They get 14 on that hookup. That's enough for a first down.
You can't teach speed, and a guy like this is just a nightmare for these linebackers. He's got a running start at them. You have no idea which way he's going to go, and he ends up just running right by you.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here comes 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Here's their punter now, as he's on here to punt this one away. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 10 yards. And that will be a first down. We are through 1. 10-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
There hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Open man, left side. He's got it. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Now a give on the ground, and he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Just a short pickup there on 1st and 5. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A handoff as they try to run it here. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Here's third down and a few inches. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Now, this looks like a design run. A second effort, and he is in. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
The kicking team off for the extra point. It's up and good. And the visitors move further out in front. It is now 17-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive, as they'll begin here with first down. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Tight end going in motion here. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. Well, the pressure was on there, and they do get him for the sack. Almost got a turnover out of it as well, Greg. Fortunate to keep possession.
Really fortunate, Mike. That ball ended up kind of bouncing back into a spot where the quarterback was able to fall on it, but you mentioned it. That play was very close to being a complete disaster for the offense.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. Remember, he had a touchdown on the ground earlier, something he's been able to do frequently this season, as you see where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks in rushing TDs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
From the gun, here's a handoff, and he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. He keeps it himself, and they'll take this down inside the 35. Now a timeout for injury. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. There he goes again.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Second down and 3. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll take it on in. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The extra point, up and good. And the visitors are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now, faking the give. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time? And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Here we go on the return from the 1. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what has been to this point a one-sided game. As we send you to our studio.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's 2nd and 6. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. He's still on his feet. And he will go all the way. Extra point try forthcoming. He knocks it through. And his guys are able to edge a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give up the middle, and he'll get this very close to a first down. A nice run there. He'll just end up a little bit short. Here's 3rd and 2. Yeah! It'll be a pickup of 10. That's enough for a first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now they'll run option left to the short side of the field. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
A gain of 17 yards, and that will be a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Johnson. And they've got it. Gonna pick up the first down there. Right around midfield.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
This is a great example, Mike, of playing zone defense at a high level. They're trying to threaten him. They're trying to put 2 guys in his zone and see which guy he's going to choose. In this case, they try to out-leverage him into the flat. He's not having it. He brings him down for no gain.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. He'll tuck it and take off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Not much. 2nd and long coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up fourth down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And that is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a two-possession game.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
So now this team's offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Fighting off defenders here. He'll charge forward and pick up 3. Second and 7. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. They're going to motion the tight end over here. To the ground, a first down run. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. He'll drop to throw. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now whistles here, and a penalty. Looks like somebody moved early up front. Following the penalty, they'll run it. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 14.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line.
He's got his big tight end. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The extra point is up and through. And his guys back within 7. It's 24-17. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. And a short pickup past the 25. They'll stick with him again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
At the 30-yard line.
A give, and here's Johnson. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And they're going to get the conversion here on 3rd down. He'll bring this up to the 33-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? And this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That's the 2nd time they found him on this drive, and this one's good for 24 yards.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down. Good-looking drive rolls on. 18 more yards. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And that ball incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. They'll drop to throw. That one taken in.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Now, on 2nd and long. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Now a second timeout called by the defense, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. This is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. That ball intercepted. And the visitors are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. We're all even. 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And the crowd a major factor now as we get to 3rd down. They'll run. We're about ready now for the punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets 1 possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. Throwing right, it's taken in. 13 yards to start that drive, and a quick first down. They'll run out of the gun with Johnson. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Receiver in motion, going right. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And now here comes the punt team. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. Here's 1st and 10. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment. Defense. Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Back to the ground after the penalty. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
Taken down at the 41, an 8-yard pickup, and a 1st down.
To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now a give on the ground, and he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. They'll stay on the ground. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. A gain of 11 on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
In today's game, Mike, we're so used to seeing everyone go for quarterback sneak in this situation. 3rd and inches, just let your quarterback kind of barrel forward and get a fresh set of downs. But a nice change up here, giving the ball to your back. Not only does he pick up the 1st down, but he gets plenty of yards after that.
A Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. He's going to run it. And he's into the end zone. That'll do it. They win it in OT. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
So it's a win for our visitors. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.